Was is er nou?
Blijven.
Bist du sicher wegen dem?
Yogi itinitio.
Two outlaws on the lam, taking the back roads through America.
You can't drink enough coffee for this show.
And now it's time for Monday Madness with the Moped Outlaws, Greg and Mark.
Are recording. Dearly beloved, we are gathered today together for this thing called death. Electric word death, it means never again, and that's a mighty short time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. Pumpkin pie. You can have a slice of pumpkin pie day or night. So next time you're in the cafeteria line and you're looking around to see what's good to eat, you got to decide you want cherry pie or pumpkin pie. And if the elevator tries to bring you down, go crazy, motherfucker!
Welcome to another edition of Moped Outlaws, where we take it to the limit. Yes.
One more time.
Again and again.
We're just going to quote 70s and 90s songs all episode.
Okay. Let's try that. Let's see how far we get with that. Baby, falling in love.
Having my baby. What a lovely way of saying how much you love me.
You're a rambling man, Greg.
Oh, man. Have you heard that song? I'm a rambling man. It's kind of techno. It's not 90s. It's not 70s.
No, I don't think I have.
It's really good. I'll share it with you.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I guess we're abandon the whole let's talk in 70s song titles thing, because that would just be like, woo.
Yeah. That'd be going off the rails. Got a crazy train.
Billy Joe McAllister jumped off the Tallahassee Bridge.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, man. Did they even
What's amazing is with
the
simplest things amuse us.
Yeah. They made a TV movie out of that song, didn't they? I think they did.
I have no idea.
Delta Dawn, what's that flower you got on? Is it just a faded rose from days gone by? I am woman, hear me roar.
Let's roar.
What's roar?
No, hear me roar.
Oh, you want to hear me roar? As a woman?
No.
Rawr.
Unless you're going to put on makeup.
Canceling Moped Outlaws. Here today, I'm Somali.
We're 3 minutes in. Have you turned it off yet? If you've made it this far, congratulations. You're a true core fan.
You must have
just, there's no editing involved.
Hey, do you have fiber now, or is it next Monday you have fiber?
I am currently uploading via fiber network. And if you give me a second, I will tell you the exact speeds.
The light goes off.
All right. And here we go. The drum roll, please.
Download is?
I'm currently downloading 136 megabits and uploading 148 average.
148 megabits upload?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's really good.
Welcome to the Mark Went Productions broadcast studio.
Dang.
Thanks to Frontier Communications, I have a faster and cheaper network.
Man, look at my hair. A water main broke, so we've had no water for 24 hours.
Oh.
I am feeling homeless.
Yeah,
diamonds on the soles of her shoes.
One day without a shower and you're already singing Paul Simon, Lady Smith, Black Mambazo.
Yeah.
Those guys were so good.
They still are. They just came out with an album. Like I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I have to check that out.
In fact, I think they're touring the States, but I'm not sure about that. That could be just me vocalizing a desire.
Lady Smith, Black Mambazo, the Walker Tour.
Hey, are you familiar of Sweet Honey in the Rock?
I'm intimately familiar with her. No, not really. I mean, I know they were a 70s band, and I think I know the song, but I couldn't tell you right now what it was.
Well, they were a group of women that were very spiritual. I think they're still together. I think they've had different members kind of come in and out, but Sweet Honey in the Rock, very soulful, spiritual, uplifting music.
Awesome. So we should get Lady Smith, Black Mambazo, and Sweet Honey in the Rock to do a tour together.
Fuck, that would I would be there. Buddy Guy opens, and then he plays with both of them through both sets. Hey, do you know Buddy Guy is doing a free show at Stern Grove this summer?
No, I didn't know that. For those of you who are not in the United States, Stern Grove is this amazing redwood grove in the San Francisco Bay Area where concerts appear. And currently,
And free.
Sweet Honey and the Rock they're scheduled to play beginning August 3rd in Washington, D.C., September 9th in East Hampton, Massachusetts, November 3rd in St. Mary's City, Maryland, and November 11th and 12th in Boston. And then there's some stuff in 2024. So they are continuing to tour. And wow, recent record was they did Nina Simone's Come Ye. During the pandemic. They did it as a Zoom recording or something.
Okay.
So Sweet Honey and the Rock is still out there and doing it. And
now, what about Lady Smith Black Ensemble? How are whatever. Lady Smith down the street. Lady Smith
Black Mambazo.
Yeah. Lady Smith Black Mambazo.
And they are at mambazo.com if you want to know. US Tour 2022, it says.
Oh, so they just were here.
Yeah. Not seeing anything. So I went to mambazo.com and it said enter the site. So you have to click twice just to get in. Let's see. Shows.
As it should be.
European and UK tour. So October 9th. Ooh, that was last year. Yeah, it does not appear that they are touring this year.
Okay.
So we have a chance to hook them up with Sweet Honey and the Rock. If you're
2024.
This is your opportunity to get those two groups together and pay enormous travel fees because they're massive bands. And but nice is they don't need a lot of amps. You know, it's mostly.
I think Sweet Honey and the Rock's based here in the States.
Got it.
So
yeah, I think it'd be fun to see that show. And what was the band you said should be the opener?
Buddy Guy.
Buddy Guy. Yeah, he
should accompany
79 or something. Is he 80 yet?
I don't know. He's old and in the way.
He's apparently not. He's still flinging that guitar pretty seriously.
No, he's in the way a person's in flow. He's in the way.
Oh, I get it. This is the way.
Exactly.
He's in the way. Yeah. Got it. He's flowing with the rock of purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So by the time this airs, it'll have been the 4th of July in America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her to something that's of value to all.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
I'm feeling very patriotic all of a sudden.
You know, I was recalling that when I was in kindergarten and first grade, a strong sense of, I was going to say patriarchy.
That's an interesting point you bring up, Mr.
Right. You know,
Freudian slip.
A lot of exactly. But of saying the Pledge of Allegiance and how it was just this thing. Like I could see little Nazi Wilker, which is going to get me in trouble.
He's a mensch, a little Nazi Wilker.
Yeah. Put that in your cup of tea and stir it. That's a little reference to that movie. What was that movie? Get Out. Remember Get Out, the cup of tea? What was that?
It's a little snippet.
That was a
yes, I do remember Get Out, and I just watched the most recent one. Is it Hope?
Oh, Up, isn't it? The one he did with the aliens?
Yeah. I'm looking.
Hey, speaking of this kind of stuff, Jonah binged it. He finished. I'm still watching it. On Amazon Prime is a show called I Am a Virgo, and it is amazing. Part of what's amazing is the guy as a storyteller is so unique and imaginative. It's filmmaking like I have not seen anyone do. It's very unique. It's like, when you see Quentin Tarantino, you're like, fuck.
It has its own voice. Yeah,
it has its own voice. Yeah. And the guy's from Oakland, and there's a brilliant Barb at Marin, it just, it's
what's really it called again?
Good. It's called I Am a Virgo.
I'm a Virgo. Okay. The film I was trying to quote that I called Hope was actually called Nope.
Okay. And that's the exact opposite. Hope? Nope.
And then I Am a Virgo is a series on Netflix.
No, it's on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
And it's by the gentleman who did that movie. Did you see that movie where this black gentleman gets a job as a telephone marketer?
Yes.
And he can speak white, so he rises up the ranks? Right. Did you ever see that movie?
I did. I totally did.
Okay. So remember the qualities. It was
created by Boots Riley and Gerald Jerome.
Yeah, Boots Riley.
And Boots Riley used to be in the Dead Presidents.
Yes, he did.
Which is a famous hip hop group.
Yeah.
So yeah, Boots Riley, starring Mike Epps, Carmen Ayego, Walton Goggins. I wonder if he's related to Dave Goggins. Brady Gray and Cara Young, as well as Alias Barnes and Olivia Washington. And it doesn't say much more about it. There were 7 episodes, apparently.
Okay, I just finished episode 4. And remember the qualities of that movie where you're going along in the story, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, where'd that come from? Like this unique storyline that doesn't break the story, but it's super unique. Like this series is, oh God, I was going to say something that would really get me, because it's that in spades.
Oh my God, you did it. You're going to not, and you did it. Well,
I had to. It's too good. But he's like,
yeah, you didn't have to. Like, let's just say that you did not have to.
Me. Oh, shoot. The plumber's here. Oh, dang it.
Well, sometimes you get a long, incredibly thoughtful episode, and sometimes you get a short visit with a couple idiots. So today's episode is the latter, the short episode with a couple of idiots. Just remember, you too can have fun and not get stuck up or hung up about form or any kind of things like that. You can just kind of like be the thing and join yourself in a party of funniness. And I don't even know if Greg's coming back at this point, but I'm hoping, because I didn't really know where this was going, and I'm reaching for my ocarina, which might be good. Anyway, point is, it's America. You can make silliness on a podcast. You can get super serious. You can say bad things like we did a few minutes ago without bleeping them. You can play interesting music. Special gift only yours to bring into the world. A magical, situated, but nonetheless, we're here. The world needs what you have. No shame. Whatever flavor of gift that you can. Don't give up on yourself. Hang in there. Breathe into the pain. Stretch into the possibilities. Time is right. Seize the moment.
You didn't stop. That's brilliant.
We just had a brief musical interlude with a little bit of ocarina accompaniment and some spiritual ideas. I'm sure Greg will be happy to hear about them when he finally listens back. Meanwhile, we managed not to end the episode after 12 minutes, which is probably a good thing. Maybe not a good thing. Wait till you hear what it is. You'll have to decide for yourself. But now, we now return you to the regularly scheduled Moped Outlaws. I have a question.
Sponsored by Adrenochrome. The cola.
Adrenochrome Cola.
For kids, by kids.
Anyway, with regards to moped, do you think that when we do our Blue Highway tour that we actually have to use internal combustion engine mopeds, or are you okay with e-bike?
It's a good question.
Because mopeds changing in the modern era, you know, like I almost got run over by a 10-year-old yesterday going 40 miles an hour.
Right, but I'd say that's an e-bike. I'd say it's got to be a moped. Now, if mopeds become electric, yeah, it's got to be.
Looking at the curved fenders and the chrome and the headlight and the handlebar.
I don't know,
None of
like,
these.
a motorcycle's an engine and two wheels, right? And what differentiates a moped from a motorcycle? Speed.
I believe it has to be less than 90 cc's for it to be considered a moped.
How many cc's?
I think it's 90. I'm not certain.
No, because that's the thing. Like Vespa's making a 300 cc Vespa. And the reason you're not hearing Mark respond is he professionally muted his mic while coughing.
Yes, that's true. Anyway, so no, we are not going to be using e-bikes in place of mopeds. We are committing. You heard it here, episode 110. You heard us committing to using gas-burning vehicles. Send your hate mail to the hosts at mopedoutlaws.com, and we'll be happy to respond by placing them in the trash.
Yeah.
Be sure to put the subject line hate mail in there so we know.
So we can create a rule that just does it for us. We don't even have to look at it.
And also remember, you can go to mopedoutlaws.com, click on our NFTs, and you can buy Greg's art. Greg does this amazing art, by the way.
Thank you.
Every episode, he creates amazing art. Some of it's more amazing than others, but it's all amazing.
It's very kind.
Hey, to see what this particular art is going to be, because I'm about to say it could be like a butt head. Right? I have a very bald head, and I have a feeling there's going to be a butt on the art for this one. But we'll see if Greg can resist the temptation to do that, or whether he'll be angry that I
be a butt head.
He's going to Photoshop a butt on the top of my head. See,
crack.
You could buy that NFT if you go to mopedoutlaws.com. This is the kind of highbrow artistic output you're getting from us.
Oh yeah, you know what I see some professionals do,
right? Like eyebrow.
I see a lot of professionals say subscribe, hit that bell for a reminder, give us a rating, buy
Those
a
are all
drink
things you can do.
cola.
And just know that it's been 110 episodes since we've asked you to do that. So that's the kind of guys we are. We're not here to hustle you. We want to present like the casual, super cool boho mofo for show podcast that you deserve.
Yeah. And we want to give it to you from Greece, where we're bathing in skinny thongs out in the Grecian sunlight.
Wow, I can't wait for the Grecian episodes. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good.
The blue highways of Greece.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of blue highways, my brother left yesterday at 1 p.m. on the Transpac race from California to Hawaii.
He's sailing.
Yeah.
Wow. And is he solo or is he with a crew?
Oh, he's got to be with a crew. Yeah, this particular race is crew. So he's one of 6.
My understanding that the direction from San Francisco to Hawaii is really intense because the winds are coming at you for a big portion of the sail. And so there's a lot of tacking back and forth against the wind. And there's a way to catch a current, I believe, but it's actually a lot of hard work to keep up a good pace, because you have to watch every shift in the wind and every shift in direction and make sure you're cutting the right line for your course to maximize distance versus force and propulsion. So it's not just a, hey, let's hang out and drink beer kind of race to Hawaii on a rich sailboat. It's actually
no, it's
challenging event. So here's to your brother for taking that on, and may they be victorious.
Yeah, they have a heavy boat. So really, if they finish the race, that's a victory.
No, we don't give participation trophies.
Yeah, you do in this race.
Okay.
It comes in the form of
I'm not on a boat sailing to Hawaii, and I probably won't be on one anytime soon.
Well, given the opportunity, would you do it?
Ask me. Let's find out.
Okay.
If you ask me, could I go tomorrow? I'd have to say no, because I have something else planned.
Yeah, a commitment.
But the thing I'm starting tomorrow is a rigorous and challenging episode. I'm participating again in something called the All-In Man Initiation. As you may know, if you're a longtime Moped Outlaws listener, Sanyika Firestarter Street does these incredible men's work groups that are called the All-In Man Initiation. And tomorrow I leave for another one. I'll be gone. And I'm the one that has to go get the ice for the ice challenge.
Oh, and I think that you shared on an episode your experience with the first one as a participant. And as I recall, there was something in it wasn't a race, obviously, but something where you ended up on a hill with the piece of the challenge. Like, did you have to carry something that's handed off to the next
there's a challenge, and I'm not supposed to talk about it in case to be revealed, because part of Right, but someone might hear this who's going to join in later. So,
Oh, they're not supposed to know about it? All right. So
right.
we'll leave.
But basically, there's a challenge that happens late at night after a 12-hour fast that's extremely physically demanding.
And as
we've upped the level of challenge on the next one. And thank God I'm an assistant and a person who's not participating in the challenge, because I'm not trained. My training isn't up for this level of it. I probably would throw in the towel on this one.
Well, I would say you wouldn't, because what I recall from your story from the last one, without giving out details, you happened to hit that challenge at the peak of the challenge itself. Like where it was your turn, however it turned out, it happened to peak and you held on to your towel.
I did. And we'll see what happens.
So
I'm sure I'll be challenged in other ways as a facilitator this time.
And I would say, just as in buds, there's a bell that people ring when they tap out. They're like, I can't do this anymore. That each individual is given a towel. And the key is to not throw in your towel. And there it is. Mark's showing his towel. Looks like a surrender flag.
Well, it isn't a surrender flag until you throw it.
Yeah.
And then it is.
Yeah. It brings up this great thing of perspective and belief. And I spoke with you a couple of days ago, I think it was, about are you a person in my life I can call when I'm down on the ground and want to lift up quicker than on my own? For instance, last Saturday, I was just an emotional wreck and just kind of not in a great place. And it's fine. I think it was the accumulation of a few days, but I think I could have called you and been back on my feet quicker than going through the whole day in that manner and then getting on my feet Sunday. And part of when I was thinking about our potential guests today and the theme of blue and thinking of, like I feel messy. I haven't had a shower in 2 days because I couldn't, and I just feel messy, dirty, grimy, and it affects my demeanor.
I hear you. Hear that.
It's partly, I think, why I've been saying some things that are potentially trouble.
Well, they do say cleanliness is next to godliness, so
exactly.
There's something oppressive about feeling sticky.
Yeah.
Right? And your skin doesn't breathe as well. And so you're not as oxygenated, which would affect your mood. Right.
And the thing I'll say is there's a person we both know that's a dear friend. And this person chooses not to bathe, believing that the living cultures of grime and such are healthy to the body. And that it's this weird, he believes that elements of patriarchy and colonialism that has created this myth in his belief of cleanliness next to godliness, and it works for him. It doesn't work for me.
There's a book called Eat Dirt that talks about how the gut biome is really highly enhanced by the soil bacteria. And I was recently in a group of men, and we were talking about, longevity and health. Having not just living longer, but feeling good longer. And one of the things he talked about was allowing a banana to be opened and put in open air where it might be visited by certain insects. And that then eating it after it's sat out in the open outside for 24 hours as a way to create the kinds of gut biome things that we need, right? There's a kind of relationship to the bacterial world that's symbiotic. So I think that it's there's a balance. I think that to whomever you're referring to, probably has gone to the other extreme on some level, and that maybe that isn't necessary to achieve his heartfelt desire to be more in balance and one with nature. But I'd say that freedom includes, and liberty includes, the liberty to choose who to love and the liberty to be in sovereign control of your own personal effects.
Yeah.
Now, it's a real thing that if you get on a public bus and your putridness is intolerable for everyone else, that I think limits your freedom, because people are not necessarily, should not be forced to endure your filth if they find it, physically an affront. And then we get into the slippery slope. Well, what if someone doesn't want to look at someone's face because it's dirty, right? They're like, then now we're on that
because
whole,
they're physically challenged in some manner.
right. So there's a limit to what I just said, but the idea is that we are all free to find our way in this manner. And the one of the things that was part of the hippie revolution is, no, I don't have to wear a suit, and no, I don't have to have short hair, and all of those things. And I think we were taking ground back from quote unquote civilization, which is another form of capitulation.
Yeah, and I think in that is this element of because you look decent and clean doesn't mean you are decent and clean in your actions and who you are.
Right, exactly. Appearances can be deceiving.
Right.
Which brings up a really important point. I want to ask you a really important question.
Okay.
I know you sort of want to be with a woman in your life that you'd like to have a long-term relationship again. And I'm wondering, armpit hair or no armpit hair in that relationship?
Hair.
See?
Yeah, I'm for pubic hair, armpit hair. Now, I got the mustache thing. No, that doesn't really work for me. The facial hair.
On a woman. So that's where your particular boundary is.
Right.
Yeah. Right. And again, for those of you who want to send hate mail, we came out
make sure you put in the subject line hate mail so that our rules can appropriately work with you.
Now, let me ask, if it's chemically bleached, is that acceptable?
Well, I could answer.
You don't have to answer if you don't want to, Greg.
No. The truth of the matter is that the relationship I'm looking for is one that grows, and obviously goes beyond the physical, because part of the commitment is for better or worse. And have you watched the Michael J. Fox documentary Still?
I have.
Yes. So part of what I deeply respect about that life that they showed is they equally included the life that his wife is living, more so than the kids, I think. Like, she's in it with him. And
let's keep it about you, though. What I'm hearing you say is,
so
if you found the right person who,
they could have a really full-on beard and a penis, and I would be
oh Lord.
On their forehead.
Now I find out why you can't find the right person you're looking for, because you're not looking in the right part of Tinder, my friend.
That just reminded me of that statement I came up with a couple of years ago that had a little bit of legs. Just because you have a penis on your forehead doesn't make you a unicorn.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I can see very little legs.
Oh, we needed an episode that garnered hate mail, and I think we have one.
If you're a unicorn and you're offended, please don't put hate mail in the subject line. We want to meet you. We want to do a video with you. Let's just put it that way.
I would love to do an episode with a unicorn. I don't give a fuck what it looks like. I want that episode to exist.
So I could use some education. Like, unicorn is a euphemism for certain types of relationship dynamics, but there's another one that I don't understand. So I ask them both and let's unpack them. Maybe you can help me understand. Okay, what's a unicorn, and then what does a pineapple signify in relationship dynamics?
So the pineapple, I know. So the aspects in relationship of a unicorn are really an individual, because you could have a unicorn in a working relationship, right? Is that magic individual that's just perfect. It's like Mary Poppins, practically perfect in every way.
Got it.
And then there's the unicorn that's from the realm, I would say, of fantasy. And for some individuals, fantasy is reality. You know, of the mythical creature that's like a horse with a horn in its head growing out of its forehead. And there were magical properties to it. And,
well, that
really
part I'm familiar with.
What?
I'm familiar with that paradigm for sure.
Right. But I would love to have a person on our episode who they are a unicorn. You know, like I saw on TikTok, an individual who was a cat.
I see. They identify as a unicorn, not just in a relationships triangle or whatever, but they actually, I got it. Okay.
Right.
So there you go. If you're a unicorn, put "I'm a unicorn" in the subject line and write to the hosts at mopedoutlaws.com. We would really, really love to have you on the show. And we promise not to make fun of you too much.
I can't keep that promise. That's a Marc promise. I'll say Marc is much kinder in interactions with individuals than I am.
Got it. Okay. So now explain the pineapple thing to me.
All right, that's for swinners. So if you have an upside down pineapple displayed, you're in a relationship where swinging is a part of the relationship.
Oh, I see. I wonder why they picked the pineapple.
Tastes good.
It can also be a little prickly if you don't handle it right.
Yeah, and the fruit has a hole in it.
Lord.
I know. Why an upside down one too? You know, from what I understand, it was popularized in Florida. And I imagine that a pineapple itself is regularly displayed in Florida, potentially kind of a tropical climate. And Florida's known for a lot of elderly people that are still lively and doing things. And I kind of wonder if that's how it came about. Is I have a pineapple and you know what? Let's just turn it upside down. That'll let folks know we're into partying, exchanging keys, as it were.
Got it. Yes. We are socially lubricated.
Yeah. It's just, I had a very wonderful visit with a friend from way back when we lived on the mountain, the Bohos. And he and I recently reconnected, and it's been really nice. But we were both talking about how people in open relationships, we couldn't do that. And in that, though, I respect people who are authentically doing it with consciousness and it's real. It's like someone isn't forced into it because the other's saying, well, if you don't want to do it, then you're not with me, and they acquiesce. Like to be able to get through those elements of psychology of, anger and jealousy.
Right.
Yeah.
And avoidance, right?
Right.
And manipulation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a brief time after my marriage ended where I sort of thought back to my roots in the early mid 60s and 70s of this idea of free love and thought, well, yeah, I was raised that way. I could try it.
Love the one you're with.
Right. Exactly. Right. But with integrity and openness. And I gave it a really good shot. And what I found out about myself was I didn't actually have the capacity to employ what's called compersion. And compersion is the antidote to jealousy. Compersion is where you feel love and joy and satisfaction from seeing your partner satisfied in the other person's arms or in touch or whatever. I got close. There are a couple of times where I actually felt it a little bit, but then my wounding and my internal wounding quickly gave way to feelings of fear of abandonment and all of that stuff. And I have a feeling that with a little bit more work, I probably could have like broken through and gotten the emotional stability that would have me be able to be in a relationship that was, polyamorous. But I actually didn't have the desire to do that kind of work. I was much happier with my current partner, and we both had agreed that that wasn't something we wanted to try to manage in our life, that there was a lot more stress involved with that and complication. And it was just, one of the great things about her is that she said, well, I can't actually talk about this. I'd be breaking.
Okay. Just leave it alone.
Yeah. But I'm glad we did agree not to do that. And I'm happy.
Yeah. I think that's a part of what I'm looking for in relationship is, but I gotta say, like, well, a couple of things I'll say right
monogamy.
now.
Let's just be clear. One of the things you want is monogamy.
Yeah, but
Got it.
But see, well, I will say two things. One, right now, I'm like decided I'm not really in a place to date. Sunday, I deleted the games off my phone because I realized I'm addicted to them, and they are taking up time that should be going to things I really want to do, being who I really want to be. And so I think I have work on myself that I want to concentrate on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And part of my thought was, when my life intertwines with someone naturally, that'll be the appropriate relationship.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm in a place for that to happen right now.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're closer than you think. Like my understanding of you is the step you just described actually moves you really close to this idea of embodying the true leadership vision that you have for yourself. And you've done a lot. Your heart's in a good spot. You're a good man. You're physically fit to the extent that you're capable, right? Like there's a lot of things about you that are really dialed in, Greg. And so this next piece, I know it's important for you to feel a sense of self-esteem and this sense of self-empowerment. And that once that drops in place, I think it'll really change for you. And I don't think your age matters. I think you're at the point now where, yeah.
But what does matter is part of that is taking care of myself physically, which I haven't been doing the past 2 weeks, and being in a place where I'm financially responsible and free. And I'm not there right now.
Yet.
Right. And right now, I'm saying right now. Yeah.
Right. And that's part of what we want to achieve with this podcast is we really wanted to bring the love to such a degree that we become a reflection of generosity so that we can be generous with the initiatives that we have for generosity, and that we can also receive wealth and stability and security. And we advocate there's nothing wrong with being comfortable and having wealth. We think it's a great thing. That's a beautiful part of Western civilization, especially because men like us, people like us, we have a desire to then be a source of healing with that wealth. Yeah. And that's like, if you wanted to put a top line aim on Moped Outlaws, that would be definitely up near the top. We'd definitely be number 2 or 3. Number 1 being funny as shit, fucking hell, like super hilarious.
Right.
And
but coming back to that healing properties, that's why we've decided to add nutrients and enzymes and herbs to adrenochrome cola, so that it's a healing cola drink as well as a refreshing beverage.
You can eliminate the blue pill in your life if you just drink adrenochrome soda.
Exactly. You don't need a blue pill. You'll be hard 24/7. Fuck that pineapple.
I would recommend you do that.
Well, skin it first.
Oh my God.
Oh, you know what I was thinking of the other day?
I don't know. I'm afraid to ask.
I was thinking of Judaism and how the yarmulke, and a lot of Jewish men are bald because that yarmulke just clips them on the top. So they're, and that happens later in their life. So they're clipped on the bottom right when they're born, and then later on they're clipped on the top.
I think it's just sunscreen. It started as sunscreen before there was sunscreen.
You think that's what a yarmulke was? Sunscreen?
No, that's just a racist, idiotic thing for me to say.
I don't think that's racist.
Okay, good.
It's culturist. Can you be a culturist?
Yes, that's what racism is.
A religionist.
Religionist. I want to be funnier. And sometimes that means taking risks.
Oh, I have a joke for you. Let's see if you get this. Did I share with you already? A priest, a yogi, and a rabbit go into a building to donate blood. And the nurse says to the rabbit, "What type are you?" And the rabbit says, "Probably type O."
Recording stopped.